Do you hear that? It's gonna touch. So that is full lock. Even survived a couple of ugger-duggers. 40. Amazing. Someone's just crashed a tractor into another tractor. So, hi guys, welcome back and welcome to the Honda Acty. Now I've decided to pick the hottest, muggiest day of the year to muck around with wheels, but I've got some wheels to go on that I originally bought for my MX-5, but they were too wide. But because the offset sticks right out, I'll talk more about this in a minute, they're actually perfect for the Honda Acty. So now we've imported it, serviced it all up, painted it all. The last thing is to change the wheels because the wheels are a bit scabby and they're 12-inch wheels and they're tiny. So what I realised when I imported it is that the wheels on the Acty are 4x100 stud pattern, which is also the same as my Civic, also the same as my Mazda MX-5. So when I changed the wheels over, I thought, out of interest, let's see which wheels would fit. So these are the standard wheels, which are looking a bit scabby, but when they come off, we're gonna give them a refurb anyway. So these are a 12-inch wheel with a 145 tyre, which is basically like a wheelbarrow wheel. And then this is one wheel that I've just taken off my Mazda MX-5, which is also 4x100. That's a 15-inch wheel. I think that'll go on, but I don't think the offset will be enough. Then this is a 16-inch Mazda MX-5 wheel, which came off my MX-5 originally. This is a 15-inch MX-5 wheel. Oh, my dad's just started a tractor up next door, so apologies for that. And then in the back, I've got these wheels came off my Civic. They're also a 15-inch wheel. I'll try one on even though it hasn't got a tyre on it. And then these are the wheels that I'm thinking are going to go on at the end, which are also 15-inch wheels. They're 8-inch wide. I think all of these are 7 inches wide, but they're also ET0. So that is the offset, which is how much the wheel sticks out. Just wait till my dad's disappeared and I'll do the next bit. So the offset is where people really struggle with wheels on the Acty. I'll show you what offset means. So the offset is where the face of the wheel touches the hub in comparison to the middle of the wheel. So ET0, as far as I'm aware, is right in the middle. Now normally your mating face is towards the outside edge of the wheel, so I think these are like an ET20. I don't, like some of these wheels are like ET35, ET40. Amazing. Someone's just crashed a tractor into another tractor. So ET0 is right in the middle, which, because the wheels on the Acty are really narrow, what people do is they try and fit a wider wheel on, and the inside edge of the wheel actually ends up hitting. They've all pulled up outside with their engines running. Cut. Okay, they're going. He ran the John Deere to the back of the JCB. Thankfully, it's got a bull bar on the front, so it didn't actually bend too much. It didn't smash the lights anyway. As I was saying, some people go from a narrow Acty wheel to a wider wheel, and even though it sticks out a tiny bit this side, what actually happens is the inside edge, because it's come so far this way, or the wheel was wider and it sticks out this way as well, it ends up fouling on the suspension, steering rack, leaf springs on the back, etc, etc. So accidentally I bought the right wheels with my rotors that I think are going to end up going on, because they are wider but also the offset sticks out, so hopefully they're not going to touch on the inside. But before we finish with those, I'm going to try all these wheels on first and at some point in the middle stop for a cup of tea. Right. Righty, did slacken these off quickly earlier with a bar that long. They were so tight the impact drill wasn't even touching them. Like that, that is really tight. Also, I'm fully aware that these wheel nuts look pretty second hand, so when I do finally fit the new Wheels, probably going to spray these just with some whatever paint I've got, some matte black, matte grey sort of paint, just to freshen them up. Look how tiny that is. That is literally like the narrowest. Let me get another one just to compare. So you can see it is a tiny bit higher, but not terrible. But that's a 145, that's a 195. So that's not even a wide wheel particularly, 195. That is one off the back, so it's starting to get a little bit low. Off the MX-5 that is. But yeah, you see what I mean? So that's going to be, I don't know, we'll see if they're going to touch on the inside. Right, well, while we're here, let's offer up one of my MX-5 wheels first. Might have to go up a tiny bit. In fact, let me get my Neil mat to protect my aging knees. Oh, that looks sick already. I'm assuming I can use these same wheel nuts. Also, just going to do 2 wheel nuts because I'm not going anywhere. Oh, do you hear that? Ah, so I know what that is. That is a wheel weight. So the wheel weight on the back of the wheel, that is that tight. I can't put my fingers between the suspension. Let me get you over. So yeah, the wheels look pretty sick, but literally can't get my fingers between the wheel. So I don't know if you'll be able to see the wheel and the suspension, and as I turn it, that is the wheel clip-on wheel weight on the inside actually fouling the on the suspension. Let's drop it down and have a look. Let me move it so it's not going to touch. That actually looks really sick. There's a lot more space here than I thought there was going to be. I thought there was going to be really tight there, but actually there's loads more space there. That looks wicked already. Right, let's stop for a quick thumbnail and get that wheel off and get the other one on. And actually, I'm going to stop for a cup of tea quick. Oh, cup of tea. Right, other wheel is off. Also, I might end up having a bit of wire brushing because the caliper and especially the pads look like they are also 35 years old. The truck's only done 25,000 miles, so it could potentially be the original pads. Right, let's get the next one on. Cup of tea. Can't do any work on your car without a cup of tea. Right, standard MX-5 wheel. So this is like an ET 30 something. I think the previous one was like an ET 20 or 25. So I didn't think this was actually gonna go on with that hitting the suspension straight away. Oh, it's on there. Oh, there is no clearance there at all. Again, the tyre's nearly touching the suspension, but I mean, it is what it is. Let's lower it down. It's not terrible. It's not my cup of tea, really. Also, this is quite a low offset, and it's already sticking out a tiny bit, so I'm slightly worried about what those ones are going to look like when they're on, because it's the lowest. I think this is the lowest offset one. I don't know whether it's going to touch. So that is full lock. I'm pretty sure that's on the but yeah, it touches. Only on full lock though. Obviously this isn't lowered down. That's actually touching on the inside. Oh, this is actually touching on the one of the like wishboney mount things. Yeah, not good. Right, let's get this off. Mouthful of tea. Right, Team Dynamics, slightly racy looking wheel. Come on, there we go. So that is literally, I'm almost glad this hasn't got a tyre on because it's actually touching. I couldn't even do that up. That's literally hitting the suspension. So that's kind of my point proven. So yeah, I'm not even going to bother doing that up. But let's have a quick look what that might look like. Obviously you could put some spacers on there. Yeah, I don't think it really suits it anyway. I don't know, I'm on the fence. Right, 16 inch this one. This is the only one I've got that's 16 inch. So these are the MX5 sport wheels, SVT sport wheels that came with my car. These are the only 16 inch ones that I've got. So they've also been sat over there getting covered in potato dust and stuff for a long time. So they're a bit scabby. Ooh, they do spin. Again, like I couldn't turn it. Let's do a lock to lock test. No. Oh, see, like the other ones on full lock, they would touch. These I've actually got to come back quarter of a turn before they become not stuck. I mean, they do look gigantic. I mean, that's like a space saver in comparison. But I always think these look a little bit big as well on my MX5. I prefer 15s on the MX5. Yeah, not really. Right, last but not least, the rotor grids. Right, these are also the only wheels that I've cleaned because I think they're actually going to go on. The one that I've picked is the scabbiest one as well. Let's get rid of that, hang on. Bosh, there we go. I mean, these are only cheapy second-hand wheels anyway. Also, because I'm going to put this on and it might stay on, I'm going to have a quick look at the state of these. Yeah, I think I might give that, I don't know. There's still quite a lot of meat on those pads. That is obviously, I think that's an original disc. It might be. I'll be honest, it's not too bad. It's not stuck. I'll be honest, I can't even turn off my MX5 calipers like that. Or hubs like that because the calipers are off seized. Yeah, you can see where it's been touching here. And touching there, whatever that bar is down there, I can't remember the name of it. That's where the wheel was touching there. And there, look, that's where those other ones have been touching. Right, let's get the rotor grid on, see what she looks like. My days, I'm so hot. Obviously not because I'm unfit. Like that, and like that. I'm gonna have to paint these wheel nuts. They are tapered. Because the wheels aren't black, they're like a bronzy colour. Oh dear. Well, the wheels go quite a lot into the recess. I've got to be a bit careful there. Oh, loads of them. Loads of them. Now I'm worried because they're sticking out quite a lot. They're going to foul on that. In fact, before we drop it down, let's do the lock to lock test. Oh, they look fat because they got like a bit of a stretch on as well. A little bit. So these are an 8J wide. Oh, they just about touch. Oh, they touch here. Actually touch in there. Full lock the other way, I don't think they touch. Don't touch at all. However, they do stick out quite a lot. Might have to get some like over fenders. Oh, what does that look like though? Oh, that actually looks sick. That actually looks sick. Right, let's drop it down. Oh, that looks wicked. Now it's dropped down, can I turn the wheels? Oh, yeah, it's touching in there. Oh, that's annoying. I'll have to trim that up. We'll pull it out. There's like a big bit of rubber trim there. Oh no, they do touch a bit. Might have to investigate whether that rubber trim comes out. But it touches slightly on there. It's like a rubber bit there, but I think I can pull that out. And then it also touches on this mud flap here, so the mud flaps might have to come off. Okay, quick update. I've had to take the mud guard off, sorry, mud flap. So there's like a bunch of holes along the top there, and you can see where that covers up there. So I'm going to polish that up in a minute. Hopefully it doesn't look too bad, because obviously I've machine polished all this. So hopefully it doesn't stand out too much, and you can see where I haven't undersealed over there, but when it's lowered down, you shouldn't notice too much. And then on the inside of the door was this, the rubber trim, which is what it was catching on. Oh, that's what it was catching on down there. This bit sticking out. So I thought if I take this bit off, it's gonna allow a load of rain and stuff into the cab, but it doesn't, because it's still the outside of this rubber trim. So when the door's shut, you can see a little bit of something there, but actually all it does is kind of protect. All it does is kind of protect up in there. So now it's jacked up in the air again. And if I go full lock, you can see it doesn't touch. It was touching a big bit of rubber trim there, which is now not there. And if I go full lock, it's not touching. And then when I was going back the other way, it was hitting the mudguard there, which is now not doing. And if I go full lock, oh, it's touching the floor. Oh, thank goodness. I thought it was touching something else. Let's jack it up a bit. I'm going to go full lock. Bosh, excellent. Right, now let's put the other four on, see what she looks like. Might have to have another cup of tea first. I'm absolutely sweating. I've gone to go and put the rears on. The centre caps don't fit over this bit, whatever that is sticking out, so you can see that on the outside. Also, I went to go and put the wheel nuts on, and on the back particularly, they're really scabby, and on the end they're really scabby. So what I'm going to do is a bit of sandpaper on those, bit of sandpaper on these, bit of like matte black paint or whatever, chuck that on there, and then put the wheels on. Hopefully it'll look a bit better. Bosh, there we go. Now, I was trying to work out how to get paint on all the sides of the wheel nuts without obviously getting it all over my hand, and also how to paint the ends without getting paint all over the threads. So just put the wheel nuts till they're all flat, give them a coat of paint, and I can spin it all around as well, get all the sides. Right, let's do the other side and get a wheel on. Not sure if the paint will mostly come off first time I use these, but that's one way to find out. Do my best not to bash that and get all the paint off just stuck on back off again. Come on, yes, come on. Oh, forgot to turn the radio off, turn that copyright off. That's why sometimes I just like working on my car, no video, just enjoy it. Have the radio on and just do it. I'll be honest, hardly any paint's come off. Bosh. Even survived a couple of ugger-duggers. Well, that's one thing I haven't checked on this, because I don't think there's anything really to worry about around the back of here. You've got the suspension arms there, same as the front, because this leaf springs on the back, coils on the front. But actually, I think you'll agree that looks pretty sick. Right. Cardboard. That is looking so good. Yeah, they stick out a bit. Don't think the original mud flats are cutting it. I mean, they're doing something. I'd take the front ones off anyway. Oh, for grief. However, look at that. That's like a different truck altogether. That's epic. Right, let's go for a little drive. Right, go for a drive. Wow, bacon. Put the aircon on in a minute. Oh yeah, air conditioning. Tick, 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 tick. Gotta wait for the fuel pump. Oh, let's move the mirror. Oh, already, oh dear, might have to take my silly gear lever off. Oh, oh, it's come to a stop. What's it touching on? Okay, so full lock doesn't work. That's a shame because it had mega lock on it. I could have got out of it before in a oneer. I could hear it on the wheel arches. Oh no! You can get lift kits for these, but I'm not going to bother. Oh, there's some touches there as well. So the thing that I thought was going to be a problem was, turn the AM radio off, turn the indicator off. I thought it was going to be really heavy on the steering, and it's not. Oh, it touches a lot. Oh no. So you have to put a reasonable amount of lock on before it touches. The steering's totally light. Silly gear lever might have to come off, look. And you can see the wheels of the arches stick out a lot. It rides absolutely fine. I'm not sure what top speed's going to be. I think it technically should go a bit higher because the rolling radius is slightly bigger. I mean, it drives fine. It's when you get to like a junction. I'll be honest, you do have to move the wheel quite a lot. It's shunting around. There'll be like car parks and stuff. Quite a narrow lane down here. I mean, it is really narrow, so you haven't got to worry too much, but now I'm well aware that the wheels are sticking out and I might curb one. Because the wheels have got a bit of stretch on them, but they're not bad. Well, I'm going to leave them on for a few weeks. I'm going to a car show tonight, in fact, car show that I'm organising, so I'm sure it will get some laughs, some abuse, some giggles, some photos. And I'm going to leave a video there. Like, subscribe as always, share, tell your friends, and if you are interested in buying a Honda Acty, or you've got any other questions about this one, leave in the comments below and I will get back to you. See you on the next one. So the offset is where people really struggle with the MX